Jonathan, can you hear me okay? It's kind of weird because YouTube has this thing changed for the live thing, so I'm not sure if the setting works. I don't want to end up like how Tim is, like everything goes crazy. But does this work? Cool, cool. Let's go share this link somewhere in Cigars Daily so we can get people coming. Okay, let's see. What's up with you, Jonathan? How do I? There we go. Cool, cool, cool. And when's the flight? What happened? Did somebody screw something up? So you guys are having an emergency meeting? A long day for me, but it's actually not bad. But if you're in the waiting for your flight, you're not gonna be able to smoke anything. That's the problem. I like to smell my cigar before I smoke them.
Hey everybody there on Facebook. We're here with Eric Zandona. He's
Who joined? Oh, 3 people. Oh, actually, I should do live chat because sometimes it blocks out. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? So tonight we'll just chat until this cigar finishes up. So it's not gonna be a very long one because I think this will last about an hour and a half, something like that. I'm trying to heat this up because my basement is super cold. So just to keep it from issues later, let it up a little bit. I am smoking the Filthy Viking. All right, post it up. So yeah, it's Sunday. I can't believe I just did like live 3 days in a row, but it's fun, so it's not that bad. Just chatting actually makes my smoking experience better, to be honest. And I didn't cut it. Still try to have 6. Ah, so good, so good. Whew. Ah. So we'll see if anybody join. I mean, tomorrow is Monday, so I wouldn't be too surprised if nobody joins. I just want to, just chat. I know a lot of people feel the chat because I put like Northeast chapter on the title of the chat. So now I just put it as a CDN chat, so anybody can join. So Jonathan, is that gotta be like a day trip? You go over there for one day and then go back, or is that something like 3-4 days and then go back? Now I can't wait for so I did a lot of trade for the filthy Vikings, and now I'm like running out really quickly before I know it. And so today when they do the Bible, the Bourbon Bible, it comes with 2 filthy Vikings. I'll buy it. It's actually not that bad. It comes with a few more cigars for me to go with. You need to order the filthy Viking as soon as you can. I don't think that Tim has like an unlimited amount of those lying around. I remember he posted those pictures of the boxes again. I would imagine he probably had like $100 at most. And with everybody ordering, I think they will run out soon. And then the next time you had to wait another 3-4 months for them to transport. So I definitely would recommend you to get it soon. I mean, especially right now, he still kind of have discount on it, which I think is really good. Okay. Those are actually not bad. But I think filthy Viking is something that's worth to get and have it sit for a little bit while you're smoking whatever that you're addicted to for the most part. This is my second cigar for the day already. Did I not? I didn't post my cigar for the day, right? I'm gonna post my cigar for the day while I'm at it. Because I did have coffee earlier today, and this is my second one now. Have number 9. So you already have 2 cigars. What's everybody smoking right now? If you're smoking, there we go. I can't type while I'm looking both. Filthy Vikings. There we go. So that's posted. But I've been really busy all day today. Actually, I didn't even have a chance to really do anything Facebook related. Yeah, I wonder how it would be like with that combo though. Spoken number 9. Number 9 is relatively heavy in comparison to my father's Jamie Garcia. Okay, that I can see having the number 9 after dinner. Wanderlust is something that you do wanna definitely have a big meal. Like before I come down, I had pretzels. I have like a whole box of pretzels, like like actually pretzels, like the bread ones, not the chips. And that's when so that I can smoke the cigar, or else I have too much today. Hey to everyone that just joined. Looks like we have a few people that's lurking, just not chatting. We're not doing anything really special today. I mean, we just had Tim's video, whole alien technology flickering today. I just decided that to just do another chat today, smoke a filthy Viking, and just have a really short chat. Join us in the live chat if you can, and we'll talk about some stuff here and there, just so we can enjoy the rest of Sunday and wait for Monday to come, basically. Two to 3 weeks, that's a long time for a cigar to sit in the package, man. For me, I can, like, I have to think about the quality of the cigar. If would you trust to let your cigar last outside for 2 to 3 weeks? I don't know, because I wouldn't put my cheapest cigar outside a humidor for 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it's not really the moisture. I'm sure if you buy them in box, the moisture doesn't lose its moisture that often. But I'm more worried about the temperature shock. So yeah, those people who doesn't know, like the cigar can actually be affected by temperature shock. So if you put it somewhere like, let's say 30 degrees, and all of a sudden put it somewhere at 70 degrees, without slowly let them go through it, it will actually like ruin the cigar taste. It will actually just, how do I say it? If you put certain meats and boil it right away, the meat will have no taste. It's just be jerky. It's kind of like that. So a cigar actually does that too. So an amazing cigar will just be good, but I guess it will still be good, okay to smoke, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I try to do this kind of stuff so it's easier to manage. Imagine having 30 people in Google Chat, everybody talking, and then it will be pretty messy. So that's why I try to do the like this so that I can communicate with everybody while we're sharing some stuff. It's just same thing as for Tim, he wouldn't do like a Google Chat because it gets messy. Sometimes it's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Just not the way I organize things, I guess. It's just easier for me. I like it this way, just chill and read stuff. Um, you know, see what everybody's up to. Once in a while, we have other people on. Like yesterday, we have Chris and Nate and Glenn on. So like even that, it takes up a lot of bandwidth and they start to get messy. But we try to do what we can. I saw that link, botl.org, like yesterday. I actually looked it up. It's like a form format. So And I'm not saying anything bad with it. It's just it's good, but it's just I try to stay with Facebook, and because I already have a lot of group up on there. I don't want to go too far everywhere where I had to keep up with everything. That's a lot harder for me. So anybody have a good Thanksgiving plan? Next week's got to be a really short week. For me, I actually have a friend coming down from Connecticut and Georgia, and I'm just gonna go hang out with them for majority of the week. Hopefully, it's gonna end up well. I hope the weather doesn't get too bad. Filthy Viking. So for me, I'm not really a Rocky Patel smoker. I actually don't like Rocky Patels that much. If you watched my video yesterday, they always split on me, and something weird always happens whenever I smoke a Rocky Patel. But you can see this one. It's beautiful burn. It smokes well. I think it's something that you can commit to a box. And even if you don't like your box, there's a lot of people is willing to trade yours off your hands for sure. I'm pretty sure. It is actually it's a medium, light to medium, more medium than light, but it's not that heavy at all. So I'll say it's like more towards a medium. At parts, I'll say it's light, but it's more towards a medium, and it's got good flavor. I like how this is like, at nighttime I can smoke this and then it won't leave too much of a taste in my mouth afterwards, and then it still give the oomph, the body of the cigar to you. So it's actually not bad. It's really, really good. And it burns well. Only thing I don't like about this is the length. It's a long Churchill. It's way too long for this cigar. $1990 vintage are good. I mean, but the 92s, the 96, they're just not that good. 1990 are good. But again, it's not my preferred. Obviously, there's a lot of other cigars out there. Like if I had to choose, I wouldn't. It's not something that I'll get a lot and store in my humidor for sure. Definitely, if you can get it, get a whole box. I'm pretty sure people will trade off your hand if you don't like it. And majority of people right now you're seeing, it's not just a hype in the group. It's actually not bad at all. Cool. It becomes a nice like a lifestyle, I guess. For me, it's one cigar a day. Sometime maybe two. On a celebration day, or if my friend comes over, we'll have 3 or 4. But it's probably one a day for me the past 6-7 years. Well, not full time the first year for sure, but as it progresses, it starts to get more and more and more. I have. Which kind though? Which one are we talking about? I've smoked a few. That's called Jericho. And are we talking about the Jericho Hills? Or are we talking about another cigar? Like, You're talking about crown hits, right? Are we talking about a crown hits here? Jericho Hills? The box press? Yeah. I really like that leaf. It's really like, how do I say, textured leaf. The wrapper. I like it. Julius Caesar is one of my beginner cigar. I bought it just because the wrapping and the name, the band and the name is that cool. It's actually not bad. I got sick smoking it, but at the time it was not bad. And I had to be honest, I haven't bought another Julius since. Hey, David. So, David, to answer your question about my raffle group, what happened is that raffle that we were gonna run today did not get enough tickets. So it was for 5 cigars. Now I reduced it to like 2 or 3 cigars for it. And there's only 3 people, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't think you're one of them, are you? I can take a look, actually. I don't think you're one of the one that's in it. But a 13 card event is still gonna be, yeah, it's still gonna be normal 13 card. I added more prizes on there, so 6 tickets is gonna be easy breezy. Someone's gonna win for sure. And I hope. I hope whatever I choose is gonna be good enough. But hey, we'll go from there. I'll work it out. So that all that's gonna be next week when I run for the different group. Yeah, I know. Jonathan, you've been getting your money worth for sure. I know that. Something about this. Someone else needs to win, man. Someone else needs to win. That's one of my headset. It has multiple headset. That is the AKG headset that came with my Samsung when I bought it. I actually, for gaming, I usually use this one. That's what I usually use for gaming, and that's for more like for when I travel on an airplane. It's actually not too big, so it covers just enough on my ear, and it's actually quite comfortable of a headset. My only problem is that the button is so small on the button; it's hard to turn it on and off. So. I ask for a trade. Ask me? I don't think you ever asked me for a Cuban trade, did you? Yeah, Logitech actually makes pretty good headsets. I have, it covers the whole year, so it actually does pretty good. Except I can't hear anything my wife tries to say when she screams from upstairs when she needs me. So I try to do it with only one hit on it, and the other ear is off. Everybody always say they don't know if they have anything worthy, but I trade a lot of people without, really care what I get, and just whatever that looks interesting, I'll just get them, really. Yeah, I'm not the type of people that gets really picky when it comes to cigars. So I try to make sure everybody gets to try something different, right? Whatever I have, I do. I do. Sometimes I'm only picky when the whole tray only have Rocky Patels. They are like, maybe not. But majority of the time, I'm not that picky when it comes to it. I try to just go nearly equal in value. If but sometimes if I'm in a good mood, I just take whatever. Just look at this. Look at this ash. You can tell it's good quality. I think it's good quality. This burns way better than yesterday. If you saw yesterday's live, compare this to yesterday's burn. This is beautiful burn. Jonathan, you don't have a Placencia? Really? If you win something, I'll throw in a Placencia so that you can try it. Just so that I can ship them together. I just don't want to ship one cigar. So I V-cap majority of my cigars. It's just easier. It doesn't ruin the cap. Because I have so many cigars where, like, even though it cut behind the cap still unravels, which really bothers me. So I will majority of the time do V cut unless I'm doing a smaller gauge where the V cut will go over the cap. So if it's smaller gauge cigars, like a small Corona size, I will use a straight cut. And for a lot of really flavorful cigars, like box cut, for those box shaped ones, I will punch it. So you won't see me use punch all that often. Majority of the time you'll see me use V cut. I started out using the S cut though. Craig, I'll trade your T52s. I'll take the T52s and Julius Caesars if you want to do that. I'll take the Wanderlust too. They're not bad. They're pretty good. So let me know what you're looking for. This is really good. How often? I have no idea. This week I already have what, 3 or 4 of them. If I didn't have the cigar too early in the day, or if I got nothing to do later on the night, I don't mind to do it at all. Full body cigar, definitely. When Jonathan mentioned Placencia, it's full body cigar. It's really, really, really good. So David, yeah, I don't know how many I'm gonna do. Right now I can do more, but as time progresses, I probably have to reduce it so that I can tell. I just need to figure out when people have more time. I do prefer to do this because it makes my cigar smoking experience better, at least for me. If I keep talking, the cigar, I get a good time out of it. So if you guys want to try the Placencias, I have like a whole box of somewhat aged Placencia. Okay, Monday. We can do Monday. Monday is a good time to do it too. A lot of people have, stressful day. Monday is definitely a stressful day to work. So I think that would be a good time to hang out too. So I have a whole box of the Alma Fuente, the one with the Solomon shape. Those are really good. Those are full body cigar, but they're really, 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 really good. I have air filtration. Well, yeah, I do have multiple machine running right now that circulate the air, but it will still leak upstairs. It's just not a lot. My wife understands what I do, and guys have to do what guys does. Hey, Nate. And she's not picky. She's not picky. If she smell it and that bothers her, she will just move up to the third floor. We have TV and computer every part of the house, so she can do whatever she want to do anywhere in the house. So yeah, we have coffee machine every room, TV every room, AC every room, a computer every room, Wi-Fi every room. So she can do whatever she want to do every room. So she doesn't have to be in the living room, which is on top of me. I don't know if I can adopt people, man. Not qualified. Not qualified to take care of other people when I can barely take care of myself. I'm gonna look like a little kid. I'm definitely like a little kid. And of course, ash dropped. I tried to pick it up right away because I have carpet. I just don't want to burn the carpet. Yeah, right. Because you just don't want. Because it's like a common courtesy to not dust off the ash. So I don't really think about it. I actually like to see the long ash, so I don't dust it. But I know sometimes like you're about to fall down, I just don't want to touch it. And when it fall on me, yeah, it fall on me. And so long as it doesn't burn my furniture or burn me, I'm okay. Especially the winter time, I'm not wearing shorts, so it won't burn me. Like I have my share of burn on my laps. I was like, oh my god. But definitely, cigar is good. Definitely, those people that have not tried Filthy Viking, those people I sent one to, you need to try it soon. All right. If you like it, then you can hurry up buy a few. If I send a Filthy Viking and pretty much all the trades that I had a couple weeks ago or last week. That's how I ran out. That's how I ran out. Did I already went through 30 cigar Viking? The Filthy Viking. I did. I ran out of Filthy Viking already. Pretty much. Like I have a few more sticks left with all the trades and everything, and all the one I sent out. What are you doing with the shorts and flip flop? 32 degrees, what? 32 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit? I mean, Fahrenheit, that's pretty cold. That's almost below freezing. That's almost below freezing. Hey guys, if you got like a minute, go ahead and share this YouTube so that more people can come in and chat. We can do more. So we can keep this going a little bit more. I have a little bit about 2/3. Man, that's too cold, man. That's too cold. Yeah, I'm not in any other chapter, so I don't know where to share the links to. But hey, if you guys got time, got friends for the Cigars Daily, go ahead and tell them about this link and then have them come in, because I know not everybody sees my notes on the Cigars Daily. You know, just a little chat, probably another hour or so. All right, have a good night, man. Have a good Monday. It's gonna be a short week. Enjoy it. I think we'll have like 20-degree weather next week, and it's gonna be really, really, really cold. I spent my Saturday morning changing my tires because I don't want to get stuck in snow again. Definitely don't want to get stuck in snow again. Surprisingly, my YouTube was working correctly, right? It's actually not bad. Doesn't have the issue that Tim just had. Because I thought it was me. At first, when I was watching it, I thought the whole video issue is me, because my wife was at the same time, she was shopping online. She's like, oh, the website's not loading. I was like, oh my God, is that me that I don't get to watch this video? Because everything was going crazy and the screen was going left and right. It's definitely working better than yesterday, because yesterday I had the Skype going, and I guess it was crashing the system that I was using to record this. Very good stick. Very good stick. For you guys, this is my second cup of coffee today. Hey, Chris. What's going on? We're just actually talking about Filthy Viking for those people who haven't tried it out yet. They should definitely try it. If I send one to you, hurry up and try it. It actually doesn't need to rest for that long. I think they definitely rested in the humidor for a while. I remember when I talked to Tim last time, he actually said that he was waiting for a lot of the cigar to rest in his humidor before he sells them. So he definitely rested long enough to survive a long travel. Chris, I was actually talking about, look at the ash. Unlike yesterday, that ash was like phenomenal. So we definitely have a few people lurking. It looks like there's 8 people on right now. So yeah, right, Samuel. You definitely want to get more. And one of the reasons that I got the book that they were selling today, the Bourbon Bible, is because it comes with 2. And then the book looks nice. I'm gonna look through it, see what I can find, because I'm not a big bourbon drinker. I'm more of a Scotch drinker. But you know, it's interesting to read through a book once in a while. I think they do. I actually think they do. It could, but the question is whether or not you want to buy the individual stick. Because when you buy the individual stick, you had to pay shipping for it, right? So it's like about $5 shipping. Do you want to pay like $8 for this cigar and then pay $5 shipping? So you're literally spending $13 to buy a cigar. You live in Bourbon State, so like Tennessee? You know, for a while, I drink a lot of Jack Daniels. Kentucky. My bad. Here's the thing I want to ask. Because I never asked anybody from Kentucky about this. I thought maybe it would be a kind of racist thing to say. Does Kentucky people actually like to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken? McKellens are good, man. Some of the McKellens, they sold for a pretty penny, for sure. I know, right? But then it's because it's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, you would think to represent, they will all eat it. You know what I'm saying? The Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Massachusetts is combined with like Taco Bell. So you're going there, you're not sure if you gotta get chicken or Taco Bell. Everybody, post what is your favorite bourbon? Favorite bourbon of all time. Like if money wasn't a problem and you were to buy a bourbon today, what bottle would you buy? We were talking about KFC because I was asking if people from Kentucky likes KFCs. I had Basil Hayden just the other day. It's so strong of a basil taste that kind of ruined it for me a little bit. Jonathan, I'm talking about one and only. If you only to choose one bourbon today, and you can only buy one, and money wasn't the issue, which one would you buy? Hibiki is not bourbon, man. Hibiki is Scotch. Actually, maybe the Hibiki Harmony, because it's mixed, it might be considered as bourbon. If you're talking about Hibiki Harmony, yes, it's bourbon. Did you know for a little bit they ran out? Hibiki ran out of Harmony for a little bit, and it was like they jack up the price to like $100 a bottle. The newest Hibiki, there was another new Hibiki that came out, and it's mostly usually sold in airport. So if you're going to airport, make sure to look for it. If any of you actually find the Hibiki Harmony limited edition, let me know. I'll buy it off of you. What is going on, Michael? We're actually talking about bourbon right now because we're just actually watching, you know, we got from KFC to bourbon right now. We're talking about if you can only buy one bourbon and the price wasn't the issue, what will you get? Somebody messaged me. I have no idea who it is. Have any of you tried Whistle Pig? Whistle Pig is pretty good too. You know, one bourbon that I have tried only in mixed drinks, I haven't tried by itself, is Jimmy Dean's. Anybody drinks Jimmy Dean just on its own on the rock? They always put it in mixed drinks, but I haven't tried it on its own. And crowns, right? Crowns are popular too. Crown Royal. I hope not. I mean, I know you said your name is Black Orbit, but Let's follow the right rule of not using the N word unless you are black. And if you had to use it, let's do N start. Just like an N and a wildcard start. Asterisk. Today I was actually in the shop and I was tempted to buy the Crown Royal salted caramel just because the box looks nice. I mean, I like the presentation of the bottle, you know, comes with the bottle and a little duffel bag or dust bag. It's actually pretty good for storage because it keeps the lights away. It is. I think so. I think it is. Very affordable though. For the presentation, the bottle, and the quality of the drink is actually very affordable for what I think. Nice packaging is #1 thing for people to buy stuff. At least it's #1 for me. The product itself can be shit, and I will still buy it just because it looks nice on the shelf. $110 is actually not that bad when it goes to whiskey. Knowing how much work it goes into making whiskeys, I don't feel that bad at all. Vacuum pack coffees. Scotch is definitely what I like, but you gotta know Scotch is sweeter than bourbon for sure. So it's more for people who like sweeter end of whiskeys. Scotch, at least for Asian, are mostly fruity in taste. But man, you're looking at $300-400 a bottle easily. Even for me, whiskey had to have a good package for me to buy it. Tequila, I only drink añejos. I actually don't like colorless tequila. It's lacking something. It's too sweet for me. I like it a little bit more aged, so it's got a little bit, you know, the spice, the balance in the spice in there. It tastes better for me. But I don't usually drink tequila because you end up drinking too much because it's sweet. Well, you're talking about those really rare Macallans. Yeah, they are very expensive. But the packaging is great though. If you look at those really good Macallan, they come with the stand box, display box. Those are good. Hennessy, you know, a lot of Asian actually buy XO Hennessy's. They're great. Yeah, me too. I drink at home rarely. For me, it's mostly like yesterday, I already drink a lot of coffee, so I didn't want to have more. So I end up drinking the whiskey I had yesterday. But at home, I don't usually drink. I'm already relaxed at home, so I don't really need whiskey to kind of calm me down for the day. Abe, I think I missed something that you're talking. Are you talking about tequila? You don't touch that anymore? Yeah, tequila is what gets me into trouble all the time. Hey, have a good flight, Jonathan. Travel safe. The smoke is great. The smoke is great. Michael, did I send you one? I don't know if I sent you one already. If I sent you one, you should try it right away. Actually, no, I haven't because you asked me for it, right? For the trade, I'll send it out soon. I promise I'll send it out as soon as I can go to USPS. Which PCP are we talking about? Angel Dust is good. I like the bottle too. But the Angel Dust or Angel Share? Wait. We're talking about the drug Angel Dust, or we're talking about the drink called Angel Dust? Hey, talking about Yamazaki, did you know how much Yamazaki auction for? For Yamazaki 50? Yeah, if you're talking about the drug here, definitely stay out of it. You don't need drugs to have fun, man. I had no idea. I thought they were talking about Angel Dust mixed drink. It was actually okay. And I was thinking I was talking about Angel Share whiskey. But yeah, drug is one thing that I don't touch. I get high just looking at good packaging. Hey, 253 cigars. Who is 253 cigars? What? Give me your name so I actually know who I'm talking to. Tomoshi, did you ask me to show my feet? Really? Hey, Travis. All right, here we go. Tomoshi, did you ask me to show my feet? I don't think I would. My feet is nothing sexy about my feet. I have socks on too, so my footwear. I'm in my basement, so I'm not really wearing any shoes right now. That Viking is good. I keep telling people to try it. I'm pretty sure many people are on the fence because number one is Rocky Patel, right? Number two is like a private blend from Tim. But I think it's not overhyped for sure. I think it's good. I think it's really, really good. All right, Abed, we should move on from the PCP. We should move on from the PCP here. I don't touch drugs. No drugs. I have no idea. I think it's just because the bandwidth over there wasn't good today or something. YouTube did change some program issue, so you can't use another program to stream over. I actually had to click the live streaming, and it just uses the webcam for some reason. It takes over everything. I don't know what. I bet we need to move on from the PCP, man. Move on. Move on from the PCP. Toy Moshi, are you from Cigars Daily? What's your screen name on Cigars Daily? Can't recognize who you are. I did not. Have I taught you guys what the reason about Gurkha? I don't smoke a lot of Gurkha. It doesn't. It has. Oh, here we go. But you're not from Cigars Daily? Toimoshi? Are you from the Cigar Daily Nation? Are you in the group with us on Facebook? No? Well, welcome. We're actually doing the chat for the Cigar Daily group, man. Welcome to, we're just chatting. Welcome to join. We're more of a cigar group, so we talk about cigar more. Thailand's morning right now, right? What are you up to? Why Toyomoshi is responding? Let's talk about Gurkha, okay? So what happened is Gurkha has some sort of a like stigma around Asians because they make cigars for Trump. Not that I don't like Trump, it just had that stigma that people feel is negative. Black Albert, which are you from Cigars Daily too or no? Yes, you can get real Cubans outside of Cuba, and I'm okay. So I assume you're not Black Albert. So you can get real Cubans outside of Cuba because pretty much every place sells real Cubans except America. That's okay, man. Every chat room needs at least one troll. We'll let him keep trolling about PCP, and then we'll move on. We'll for now we'll ignore all PCP related issues. Yeah, so Gurkha makes a lot of custom cigars, and Trump actually, when he started election, he catered them to make Trump cigars to sell for the thing, and then that kind of created a little bit stigma for Asians because obviously Trump is doing a lot of stuff against China, right? So majority of people start to think that Gurkha is like a huge evilness, but it's not. They do have a lot of so okay, Black Albert is left, so I'm hiding his messages, and apparently the system decided to block him automatically. I'm just gonna hide the message for Black Albert. And yeah, and so Gurkha makes a lot of good cigars. They have good names that Asians like, but because that it kind of gives a negative image of them, so a lot of people don't smoke them. And for me, I just never really get into a Gurkha. For me, it has to do with the band too. You know, it didn't attract me as much. You know me, I'm a sucker for beautiful things, and Gurkha band, you know, with the guy and swords and stuff, it didn't attract me. Something like Man of War, because of the design of the band, I would want to collect every single one they have just because the way it looks. So for me, Gurkha wasn't a number one choice. I know they have a lot of like Asian name stuff like Jade or like Ninja or something like that. And I usually, in usual cases, I will collect them just because of the name, but I didn't do that. Right? So Gurkha is not a preferred brand for me, at least. I don't know about other people. This is life, yes. Count Kakula, are you from Cigars Daily Nation? So those who's watching right now, that's not from Cigars Daily Nation, welcome. We're actually a live chat for the Cigars Daily Nation. But you know, we welcome everybody coming in. Just don't troll. All right, we just have a nice chat, talk about things, talk about cigars. What I'm having right now is a Filthy Viking, and this is an exclusive for Cigars Daily Nation. You can get it from cigarsdaily.com. within the United States. I don't know if he sells out to any other country. I know he does sell to UK, but it will be heavily priced by tariffs and shipping. So, but yeah, we can start. We're just chatting, so nothing crazy going on. You don't have to be Cigar Daily Nation to be here. Is Glenn busy today, Chris? Do you know? I mean, I'm only gonna be on until the cigar is over for today. It is Sunday, so I don't want to hold up everybody for too long. But yeah, what is going on, Count? Tell me about yourself so we get to know you. Ah, here we go. It's actually Black Albert, I'm pretty sure. This one actually fell on the ashtray. I'm lucky me. That's okay. Leave him be. This is pretty fun. I you know, let's him keep talking about the PCP. I'm just gonna ignore all of them, but hey. I'm not even gonna bother blocking him. I let the system block him automatically. Toy Moshi, so tell me about yourself. Let people get to know you. I don't. Hey. You can switch accounts, but I'm pretty sure the YouTube system can identify. Just, you know, we gotta ignore all the PCP informations here. I mean, obviously, you were able to type out Black Abed when I say Black Abed. With my accent, nobody know what I'm talking about, really. If you don't know who he is, to start with. Romeo and it depends where you buy it from. Some country has tariffs for Cuban cigar coming in, so they are heavily taxed. You're looking at between $16 or more for regular Romeo and Julieta, especially the tubos. It depends where you get it from and what kind of Romeo and Julieta that you're looking for as well. I can say that the Cuban Romeo and Julieta isn't as good as the Romeo and Julieta in America. I like the almondy nutty taste that we have here with the Connecticut wrappers. It's definitely not something that I regularly keep in my humidor, for sure. I do keep Trinidad. Trinidad as a Cuban is actually way more amazing than any other Cuban cigars. I mean, obviously, Cohiba is more famous. It's more of a unicorn for everybody. But for me, I prefer the Trinidad. I prefer H. Upman. H. Upman Cuban are amazing. It's got a lot of flavor. Even though it's medium body, it smokes like it smokes with less body. It's a lot of flavor but less body. So yeah, if you gotta try a Cuban, go with the. I have not tried Atabay. That I can honestly tell you, I have not tried Atabay. I tried to find someone to trade, and obviously everybody tried to keep it. I'm waiting for Tim to carry Atabay in the glass humor tube, because like I say, I'm a sucker for those kind of things. So if anybody got a Atabay in glass humor tubes, let me know. I trade. Well, they call it glass humor tube, but it's actually really plastic, I think. It probably is. I just need a gimmicky thing. Don't just give me a cigar. Packaging. You give me the packaging, I'll buy it. So back to the Yamazaki 50. It was auctioned for like 250,000 something dollars. I actually have 4 ounces of it at home. That's gotta go to my brother in New York for his birthday this December. That 4 ounce cost me $13,000. Sinistro, all their band looks somewhat similar, right? They basically is just a big S with the guy in the background. It's a black shade, right? I have the one with the silver band at home. I haven't got around to smoke it yet. Whenever it comes to cigar selecting what I'm gonna smoke tonight, I usually just open my humidor and just reach my hand in there and just grab whatever I have. So I don't really pick, because I think every cigar is good, right? It's good to a point, like what they have a benefit. So I had the Nomad, yes. Channel 13. I hope this is not another Black Abbot. Yeah, right. So, Chris, when we talk about Nomad? Which one are you talking about? Because the name is really hard for me to remember. They have all kind of different names, and I've tried only a few. I tried the Signature, and I have tried what's it called? Fin de los Mundos. Those are the two I have tried. Signature is actually really good. I like the shape. It's actually more rounded, in my opinion. It actually smells really well. But it's closer to like a full body cigar. It's closer to a full body cigar. It does have a pretty good flavor, for sure. I actually like it. And it's not expensive. Well, it's kind of expensive, but it's not too expensive in comparison. That's a good one. For me, it's I used to be a regular cigarette smoker. I smoke a lot, and eventually just gets bored, and I just went to buy one and tried it. Only because in the movie it looks pretty cool. Everybody smokes cigar. All the sports people smoke cigars. So I went to get it. You can use anything that seals. See, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You can use anything that seals air in, relatively. So long as you keep air in there, like any sort of like a cookie jar even will do pretty well in storing cigars. So the acrylic cylinder, I don't care where it's from, so long as you keep well sealed. If not, if you gotta keep it for a long time, just put tape around it, or like some of those like packing wrapping stuff. Uh, it will work out. There we go. Let's see if he will wait that long to mess around. Hey Dan, when you were lurking again? Were you lurking again? Yes, you're good at hiding. I'm telling you. Hey, okay, man. Nate, I'll see you later. I'm not big of smoking in the car guy. I like to keep my things nicely the way they are, and then especially with the ash dropping, driving is not safe. So, um, keep waiting. This is fun for me. So yeah, I don't know if I'll put a cigar humidor inside my car, especially with the temperature and everything. Uh, it's definitely, yeah, I don't smoke in my car, so I wouldn't keep it in there. I like to have like a traveling humidor with me when I drive, put it inside the car, but when I get out, I carry it with me so it doesn't stay outside because the temperature change a lot in the car. It can be like 100 degrees in the summer, what like 150 degrees I think the maximum it goes up to. So it's really really hot for the cigar, even if you keep it in a container, especially when the car is off. I don't know if that thing like keep it cool when the battery is off or when you turn off the car. So it could ruin the cigar. I know if you have a fridge in the car, it continues to go for a little bit. Hey, have a good night. Have a good Monday too. Chris, this is why you should win that Davidoff giveaway I'm doing. You can keep a few cigars in there. You just want to make sure to put a Bovita pack in there. It's not airtight, but it will allow you to carry cigars around. So about Christoph, uh, Christoph, I haven't tried a lot. I only tried the Maduro one time, and I think that was from a tray. It wasn't bad. I actually never bought one before, so I don't know in terms of compared to a price how good they are. Hey Raymond, Raymond, I don't recognize your last name. Are you from Cigars Lady? Is that the one with only 12 cigars? That's crazy though. Why would anybody buy a cigar humidor that only keeps 12 and you have to put in the glass tube? You can't just lay on top of it. Welcome, Raymond, man. Right? It only holds 12 cigars. It looks beautiful though, the way the gauge comes out and everything. But I don't know if I want to spend $1 million just to hold 12 cigars. It comes with 12 cigars, but you can't even buy those 12 cigars to fill it in, I think. I mean, for $1 million, you can pretty much cater someone to make one out of pure gold. If I buy one, my wife will kill me for that one. I think my wife will kill me for that one. You know what I will spend $1 million on? If Tim ever wanna sell Cigars Daily, I'll spend $1 million on it. I think it's worth it. We should start like a GoFundMe thing if we ever wanna. That would be cool, right? If you think about it, right? If we start a GoFundMe page, and then we just use it to open up like a regional Cigars Daily, that would be pretty cool, right? Sure. So Raymond, basically, you just joined Cigars Daily Nation, and what happened is I do live session like this just to chat with everybody, just so that everybody can relax, have a cigar, chat, and just kind of relax throughout the days. We will have some like chapter presidents come up and do some chatting sessions where we can talk about things. And I think some information are informative, and sometimes we're just talking totally nonsense. Nothing too important. It's not mandatory, but we'd love for you to join us every time we go on live. Here we go. Here we go again. That goes his account, I think. He will have to make an account. Let's see how fast he can make another account and join back in. We talk about all kind of stuff, right? I think it's a pretty good, thing to do. So there we go. I am going to. He will have to make more. He will have to make more accounts. So yeah, wow, this cigar is almost the end, but it's pretty good. It's really, really good. I like it. So yeah, Raymond, welcome to Cigars Daily Nation. I hope you like to come to our chat room to chat. Definitely watch Tim's stuff. His stuff way more funny than I am, and we're just more for chatting than anything. We're more for chatting than anything. So yeah, So Raymond, if you join us, light up a cigar whenever you can. We can talk about what cigar we're smoking. Today is nothing special. I'm just smoking a Filthy Viking. I really do like the cigar, so it's probably the only Rocky Patel I would recommend to people. I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad cigars. They're good cigars. But for me, this doesn't burn as funny as the rest of them. You missed the live from yesterday. That one burns every shape, every possible shape than the way it's supposed to be. It's probably one of those factory thing where they go, let's just put this the weirdest way possible, so it's got to burn out weird for the person that smoke it as a prank, something like that. I sometimes I feel like, if I work in a cigar factory, I would do something like that. We will definitely have another one Wednesday night. I'm gonna try. I don't know how late I'm gonna be, because I am gonna be out for the most of the day. But when I come home, first thing I'll go online and I will have a chat with everybody. Right? Everybody has done something like that at work, right? Just to screw with the people that decide to use the product at the end of it. So I have received my own share of things that has like weird stuff. Like, for example, I had a security camera. That has recording of the factory that made it. I actually saw the person that made my security camera. And that was a while back. That was before, like, you know, you have Ring camera where everything stores in the cloud. I got one of those with the hard drive, and they open up the hard drive. First thing was the person testing the unit. You can see the recording. It's funny, and obviously it's an Asian person. So I deleted it right away, but it was a nice looking girl that was testing my unit. Hey, Blue. Blue, you want to tell me who you are? I don't really recognize the screen names, so. Yeah, you definitely know it works. I know I have to tell you, it only lasted 2 years. It lasted 2 years, and then I was just like, oh yes, I remember I ask that all the time, Kat. Every time I see the screen name, I need to write down the screen name so I can recognize who's who. But I'm pretty sure when we move to another platform in the future, everybody can use the names, or at least something I can recognize. I should have recognized from your picture because it is a cat. Glue, yes, I actually recognize you. That's why I didn't ask. But I will remember. Next time, I'll just look at the picture first. If I see a cat, it must be a cat. It must be cat, right? Right? Next time, I'll recognize it. Fun fact, I'm actually allergic to cat, but my mom loves cat. My mom actually has one cat right now. Is actually, she picked it up on the street. It's one of the abandoned cat. She brought it home. And her previous cat was the same way, but she pampered it so much that it's got a heart attack and it passed away. I'm surprised how cat can get so fat and still be able to, you know, do what they do, because they jump all over the places. I'm more of a dog person, but cats are cute. I love to touch their paw. It's so soft. Right? If you use your real name, it makes it easier for at least for people to recognize who you are. And it depends what you watch though. If you watch something that you shouldn't, it will stay there. Chris, aren't you glad that we didn't the live thing wasn't broadcast all the way to until you turn on your TV? I think that would be very funny if everybody heard what came out of the commercial yesterday. For those who didn't know, yesterday we were chatting until very late at night. So, and it was so late at night, Chris turned on his TV, and the first commercial that comes up was about testicle and HIV negative. Have a good night, Dan. Thanks for coming. At least they use the scientific words. See, Raymond, the things about the chat is that I don't want to be too complicated where everybody starts speaking and you can't hear nobody. Even yesterday when we just have a chat, 4 of us, Nate, Chris, and Glenn, and that was like who gets to talk first. So it's easier for me to do a video where I can see everybody and I talk with everybody. You know, very soon, my wife was saying that if I keep doing this, I'm gonna end up being a professional streamer. I'm just gonna stream all day long and just chat with everybody, which is not a bad idea. I think I can do that. Just chat for 12 hours. This is good. I mean, how cool would it be to be a professional streamer that just smoke and talk all day? You can't complain. You can't even complain about that being a job. Those are video game players. They stream video games, so all they do was playing video game, and that's their job, and that's gotta be good. That's a really good job in my opinion. But I don't know. Can you play Call of Duty for 12 hours and talking at the same time? Well, if you have HIV positive, the last thing you'd be worried about is the sore balls, right? No, see, Bob the cigar guy, he does recordings, right? He doesn't do lives. And that's a lot of work. That's too much work. You got to record everything. If you saw one of my review I did for just proof of concept for a steakhouse, and that is just that I hate the editing on it. I was like, why am I doing this? I'm doing it for a client, but it's a lot of work. Took hours. I think 4 hours just to cut the parts that I was talking nonsense. But Bob the cigar guy that's a personality. He's always hyper and happy and everything. So you can tell he's really into it. I for those people who make those videos, salute to them. Really, I didn't know that. Maybe I'll join his live once in a while. I haven't got any notification. I did watch his videos. So Samuel, did you just join? I didn't see you earlier. What did you just join and laugh and join again, or were you just lurking? Playing Halo for 10 hours a day, that's one thing, but you had to talk to those people that's watching and explain what's going on. That's not easy. It's not easy for me. When you play video game, you get so focused, and then, like, for example, if you're playing a first-person shooter game, sometimes you get very frustrated. Sometimes you get so frustrated that you just want to burst out swearing, because I know I will. I've mentioned this a few times when I first time play Fortnite, and this little kid, his screen name was Dawn of New York. It's coolest name, but this kid can talk trash, man. And I think his parents in the background too talking trash as well. Right? It's in the name. I thought that was really cool. Dawn of New York. A kid came out with that. He sounds like he's only like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 year old, and came out with Dawn of New York. That kick ass, man. I think I have like the dumbest like screen name, like Mugen, like chocolate latte or something like that. I can't come up with the good names when I come to video game. Like I don't want to go too offensive and then be a noob. You know, can you imagine if I came out with something like Dawn of Massachusetts with Dawn of New England, and then go up there and I die like every 2 seconds? That would be pretty embarrassing. So you guys planning to buy the book for the Bourbon Bible? The cover looks great. Even if it's just on the shelf, I think it looks great. So Chris, is Glenn busy tonight? Do you guys use Instagram? Just wondering. Because sometimes I do go live on Instagram, just here and there. It's easier to use. So, but YouTube makes it's just more of a broad stage to use for everybody. I think it will still be available. At least the book will be. I don't know if the sampler was gonna be available. It was kind of weird for Tim to plug a book that's not his. So, but it is gonna be on Amazon if you just want to buy the book. I'm pretty sure you can find Barnes and Noble before they go in bankruptcy. So if you have public trade stock on Barnes and Noble, sell it. They gotta go on bankruptcy very soon. The market is actually unstable right now. If anybody had stock in certain things, it's definitely something that you want to reconsider. Either keep it for long term, or we'll get rid of it. If anything, I think Barnes and Noble, once they go bankrupt, they will get purchased by Amazon, but it's gonna be like penny shares. That's just my opinion. It's funny because I play game. Sometimes I play real good games, and so when you play game, you start to develop the way you play, right? Like certain things that you do and stuff like that. When you don't follow certain people, or like give them the support that they want, it gets to a point where they start calling you noob, and then when you get called noob and you play like 5,000 game already, you're like, really? Did I just get called by someone that has only just happened to have a bad game, a noob? Sometimes it does bother me a little bit. I mean, not to get into too much drama, but if you guys saw Cigars Daily, you probably saw the post about the white mold, right? Nate totally palmed own that person with the documentation. I mean, if you get a not news post, but an article out of Cigars Aficionado telling you that mode is called blue mode, you can't really call it white mode anymore, can you? I'm still kind of upset. I still have not received my latest volume of the Cigars Aficionado. Everybody already got it already. Everybody's showing picture of their Cigars Aficionado magazine, and I haven't got mine. It's all it's Asian don't sleep. Yeah, I figure if he didn't join, it's probably because he's busy. So yeah, Raymond, if you look up Asian don't sleep or even hashtag Asian don't sleep, you'll find mine. It's actually a repetitive post on Facebook, but you know, once in a while I do like a small live on it because you know, it's easier. I do have few vendors on it that looks at it, especially Davidoff. Davidoff looks at my Instagram quite a bit, so a lot of time they'll advertise on new things and that will tag me, so you can see the new stuff. So once in a while, if they don't announce it right away and I have it, I post it and they will repost my post. So that's if you want to know more about Davidoff, that's if you follow my Instagram, sometimes you'll see there like a different cigar vendors on it. It's not gonna be all cigar related for sure on my Instagram. Samuel, are you moving like to a different state, or are you just moving to like a different city in your state? I don't think Davidoff is trade. I see Davidoff makes so many things too. You know, they make coffees, they make perfumes. They own multiple small brands. I think they own stake in DuPont as well. So I don't think it's something that I want to own stock on. But if you like 007, you should be smoking Davidoff. They sell a lot of 007 stuff. I don't know. Davidoff makes good stuff. You gotta admit they're premium brand, but it's not like selling you a premium brand that wasn't that good, you know. It's not like $1 million humidor that you buy for the sake of look. It's definitely a quality stuff. Don't want to lose. How is that gonna lose anything in the mail? Shouldn't you be able to like a transfer address? I mean, it's not that. Eventually, you'll get them all. I can't imagine me moving to a different city though. Home is home. So I mean, I travel so much that I feel like home is just something different, something special for me. Even though the weather sucks. I mean, I've heard a lot of people that get stuck in traffic that for the past snow. My brother actually messaged me. He got stuck 4 hours to work, and for him to drive to work is relatively quick. You know, he's in New Jersey, so just cross over the bridge, he's there. But he's stuck for 4 hours. 4 hours, a long time, right? It's just not the same. I travel, I go all over the place, and even when I travel, I stay in really nice hotels or my apartment near there. But then it's just not the same. When I come home, it feels like home. Feels like home. You know, I try to make other places I go as comfortable as I can get. You know. School districts, yeah. I mean, there's no bad student, there's only bad teacher, and there's no bad school, there's only bad teachers. So sometimes I like, for me, if I have kids, I wouldn't worry about the school zone all that much. I really feel like the kids' education depends on the teacher, depends on the parents, not really the school. I mean, we have good school and bad school, and then they all, when they go to college, they still can go to good college or good education per se. My wife and I goes to the same school when we're in high school, and I can tell you that somehow I don't feel like we went to the same high school, because the knowledge that I have is very different than hers. You'd be surprised like how our school is like. And I went to Lexington High School, and that school is pretty prestigious because the history and everything. It's actually, I think, a top 20 school or top 30 school in Massachusetts, and we have so many scandals. We have so many scandals. One of the head of science department actually give out the finals answer on the board when they're giving the final test, so that he can raise the average. How crazy is that? Just leave the answer on the board. As a kid, I was like, why don't I have that class? All the answers on the board, and he's just basically say, change your answer a little bit so it's not all the same, but here's the answer on the board. How crazy is that? And then we have a math teacher that even wasn't even qualified to teach. That was a big scandal. So this teacher, he just falsified his whole resume to be a math teacher. And I guess, I don't know what happened one day, and he went to the parking lot and attacked himself. He attacked himself, used a baseball bat and whacked himself, and basically said he was attacked. And then, somehow there was a lot of witness saw that, and then he got fired. And people were, when scandal happened, he started looking into the background. This guy didn't even go to college, I think. He just falsified his resume and got the job. And you can imagine the rest of the year was substitutes, and they didn't learn much. I know my wife's biology teacher quit in the first quarter of the school year, and they have this substitute come in and basically teach nothing but marine biology. So it's about dolphins. They teach about dolphins for the rest of the year. They didn't teach anything else. They didn't teach about the cells. They didn't teach about anything. So, even in good school, things happen, and it's all teachers. I can tell you that if you have a good teacher, even if they're talking nonsense, you pay attention. But if my son tell me that he fall asleep in class, and the teacher tell me to go to the school to talk to the teacher, I would blame the teachers. Like, what are you teaching that my kids fall asleep? And that must be something really, really boring. I mean, if you just want to study everything that's on the textbook, why don't you just give the textbook to the kids and they'll go home and flip through the textbook down for the year? So I actually think it's the teacher's fault if your kids are not getting good education. A good teacher will keep you excited to go to class every day. I love my biology teacher. He does some sort of like small quiz, and it's not count towards your grade, but if you got it right, well, you had the highest score, he buys Burger King for you the next day. I love those. I always get a Burger King. I love it. And my math teacher was great too. He basically, if you're done your work for the day, like, what he's talking about, he's just like, go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave for the day. You don't, if you already know what you're doing, why you're sitting over here, right? Instead of having you to learn the same thing, why don't you do what you think is important to you for the day, and let the rest of them learn? And then, I can't lie, but I use those free time, go to my friend's house and play video game. Definitely, I had good high school years for sure. I was lucky enough to have a lot of good teachers. We have a teacher that my chemistry teacher. This is funny. My chemistry teacher end up getting married to another teacher in the school. And I think Christmas season, she gave him a sweater, and then he got all excited. He wore the sweater to class the next day, right? And the next day, we're talking about Bunsen burner. He set his own sweater on fire by accident. He just got it the day before, and he set his sweater on fire by accident. And you can, the sweater has those chemicals that keeps it soft, right? So the fire just goes on. All of a sudden, he's on fire. And we're all worried about, more about his wife getting angry at him, because at the time he was only a fiance. They're getting married, and Christmas present right away, you burned it to nothingness. So that was funny. That was a good memory. We have pretty good teacher here and there. So you still keep contact with your teacher, huh, Chris? A good teacher can last a lifetime. After all, they did pass on their knowledge to you. So if a cool teacher, pretty good. We have a history teacher. He's short, but everybody knows him. He's a happy guy. After class, he will go to play ultimate frisbee. I think that's what's called, ultimate frisbee. I never really understand the game, because it's like, what are you doing, just running around chasing the frisbee? But if you think about it, it's kind of the same as any sport ball game, right? You're chasing the ball around technically, but they chase frisbees. I never understood it, but how cool is this teacher, right? After school, he just go out and join the students to play ultimate frisbee every time they could. But I'm telling you, he's short, so you can imagine he's chasing after everybody, right? So I'm 5'8". I think he's like 4 something, maybe 4'7", 4'8". So he's a whole feet shorter than me, and you can imagine chasing after a frisbee. I never actually saw him play, but I try to avoid it because I don't want to laugh. When you can imagine a short guy chasing after frisbee along with all the other kids who are like 5'8", 6 feet tall, at their prime, right? High school students are full of energy, so you can imagine he's chasing after the frisbee. But I heard he's pretty good though. We actually run into him 10 years ago in Stop and Shop. It's so easy to recognize him because he's so short. Happy guy though, happy guy. It's funny because during history class, I'll be reading Chinese novel, and I'm not gonna lie, because right now, I can't get punished for this. But during history class, you'll be talking about U.S. history. I'll be reading Chinese novel, and he'll ask me what I'm reading. I'm like, it's whatever you're talking in class, but in Chinese version. And because he couldn't read it, so it gets by every time. But I'm pretty sure he figured it out at the end. The textbook is only like 200 pages long, but my Chinese book is about 500 pages for like 6 different volumes. So I'm reading novel while he's talking. But good teacher. So it's never really the problem with the school. It's definitely the teacher that's within it. We have a business class teacher. He's super awesome. He got pushed out of the school, but he's also super awesome. Like we're talking about computer stuff in his business class, and he's super cool. And at the time, I think that all the business class that I have always have really awesome teachers. We have this teacher I actually tried to invite to my wedding, and he didn't show up, but he's so nice. We'll go to his class. I know my friend. At the time, you're talking about late 90s, Jordan's sneaker, even though today Air Jordans are still big, at the time Jordan sneaker just started a lot, like in the teens number, right? Jordan 11, Jordan 12, Jordan 14. And one of my friends, he's really crazy about collecting sneakers, and I believe at the time they advertised it as that sneaker being Alpha Project, and he actually went to the class and tell the teachers like, can I just not go to class today? I know, I don't really want to skip your class because your class is awesome, but I have a project to do. And he asked him what project that he needs to do, and he said alpha project. Everybody who buys sneaker knows what he's talking about, but the teacher's like, go ahead, go do your project. Make sure you get an A on it. In the next week, the teacher actually asked him, how's your project? He said, yep, I got it. No problem. Thanks. And everybody's just laughing, because the teacher obviously knows something's going on, but he was really just talking nonsense just so that he can get out and buy that sneaker. High school is a good time for me for sure. But hey, we actually, a lot of students were already smoking by high school, right? We actually have a smoking corner where all the students go to smoking. It's like an unofficial smoking corner because it's like a 2-step off the school ground, so you can actually smoke there. I should have gotten to cigar, but then as a student, you don't have that much pocket money to get into cigar for sure. And obviously the break time, they do it for lunchtime, but a cigarette you can go through in 10 minutes or less. Cigar you can. So three. So I think just a couple of us lurking now. So yeah, we'll end at 12. So 8 more minutes. What should we talk about for 8 minutes? Monday's coming up, Thanksgiving is coming up, and then after that is Christmas. And then we do have a meet in New York, December. For those that doesn't know, Chris has mentioned that we're gonna try to see if we can do a meet in Cigars Daily. I know many people can do it, but it would be cool if we can really put it together. Can you imagine we pull it off? Just if we rent a place together, just I don't know, share a hotel is actually not that bad. I miss high school too. College it really doesn't feel like school. College, it feels more like a business to me than school. Going to enterprise, and so that you pay them large amount of money, so they give you a piece of paper so that you can get a better job. But college, I really don't feel like, I think it's overrated. College is definitely overrated for me, in my opinion, because the way everybody nowadays has a college degree, but having a college degree does not know what the hell you're doing. I've seen a lot of people with like business degrees and like, God forbid, you got a literature degrees and really doesn't use it. I don't use my degree at all. I don't, went through that path. I come back and think like, college years, yes, I met a lot of people, I did a lot of things, but I feel like I worked more than when I got out of the school, because everybody's trying hard to pay their student loans and all that stuff. It's really not that worth it in comparison to what you get. I know there's a lot of articles saying that if you go to college, on average you make $1 million more than people who didn't. But if you had a good trade, if you got a good skill, you can make the same. I mean, you know how many people got rich working their way out from McDonald's? There's so many people that work in McDonald's flipping burgers, in the end become the owner of McDonald's, making millions of dollars just fine without ever going to college. So I've seen so many people got out of college expecting 100 grand, 200 grand salary, and find out they only earn 30 grand. And now they're looking their student loan, they're just crying. You see those doctors, right? If you're going to medical field, you had to pay to study in the hospital, to trial, to intern in the hospital. And when you finally got your degree to be a doctor, you make about 100K a year, 120K a year. But then your student loan, you're looking at a lot of student loan. You're looking at $500,000, $600,000 with interest building up while you're working. So you're making 100 grand after every expense. You're making probably 30 grand as well. Lucky you, Raymond. I'm jealous. Can you imagine if Cigars Daily was in my neighborhood? I'll be there every single day. People would think that I'm the employees of Cigars Daily because I'll be going so much. I go to my Mercedes dealer so much that they say that I should get a job there because I go there so much. Hey, Jonathan, weren't you on the airplane? What happened? Jonathan, were you on the airplane? Or did you just check in, like went to the back? What? Well, at least you made it. Safe. What do you guys think about the flight that they're thinking to have standing seats? Would you go on an airplane that has standing seats? Like, I really wish the airplane nowadays is like back in the 70s, 80s when they have like a lounge, you smoke cigar on it. You know, you're not really belted down and you can smoke cigar on it. That's great. And drinking wine and you know, I have not been on an airplane that has lounge like that. I don't know if I can just standing on a seat. That's like, you know, specific for me for even for an hour. Just standing. Fun fact though. Fun fact. Did you know on an airplane the safest seat is actually the economy seats? If an airplane was to fall down, the first class and business class dies first. How crazy is that? First class will die first. Because it's in the front of the nose, right? So if the airplane was to dive down, obviously the people in the front will die first and will take out the impact first, right? And the people in the back has the highest chance of surviving. Because you never see airplane fall down with the tail going down first, right? It lands that way. So if the tail goes down first, you actually land. But majority crashes, the nose goes down first. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I unless I'm by myself, I rarely go on first class or business class. Because when I travel with my wife, if you look at those first class seats, they're like opposite. So one person face this way, and your other passenger will face that way, and you're on a different cube too. So you don't get to sit right next to your wife technically, or whoever you're flown with. They don't really get to talk to you. Jonathan, definitely enjoy your night, man. Fuente short stories are good stuff. Actually, I like a lot of short stories for smoking because they're short and quick. And I prefer shorter cigars for sure. I definitely prefer shorter cigars. Yeah, keeping the box. I don't know. For me to keep a box, the box will have to look good. I was surprised how Cigars Daily's the box for Filthy Viking came out. It actually is like textured. You can feel like a bump over it. But I did not like the Obrigado's box because it's just a lid. You know, it comes off, so it doesn't really do a lot in terms of storage. It's just a box. I didn't buy a box of the Obrigado. Did you guys like Obrigado as much as other cigars in comparison, or the same price range? I feel like Obrigado's blend is a little bit rushed. I mean, they did a better job on with the box price and the Toro size, but the original Obrigado, it's exciting, it's good, but it wasn't as hyped out to be from the beginning. Like the Filthy Viking, we hyped that up a lot, right? So, but then when I actually smoked it, I was like, oh, it's actually really, really good, surprisingly really good. Because I smoked my first Filthy Viking without really expecting much, because we kind of smoked the Obrigado, so we're like, this is the price range, so that's what we're expecting. But when I smoked the Filthy Viking, I was like, oh, this is done right. This is actually not bad at all. I think it has to do with the amount of burn. So that I think the Toro is more flavorful, right? Because there's more traveling through the smoke rather than the Robusto size. Because Toro is a lot thicker. Anyways, for today, I think we'll end here. It is midnight, and some of us, we only like 3 of us right here right now. So we will chat again next week. Right now, believe it or not, I'm gonna go upstairs and start packing up all the trades that I have this week, so I can ship it out whenever I get to it. Hopefully, you guys won't see a post of me ending up in the post office tomorrow. I don't know. I probably will give in because I just can't handle it for them to sit there. But you know, I'll go pack up those trades. Chris, I hope you find those cigars in the post office. Are they just holding it? They actually have it, right? They're just holding it there. There's because they couldn't deliver it. I hope not. Man, they probably start thinking that I'm selling some sort of drugs, shipping so much little packages out. Yeah, Chris, try them. Or you definitely want to let them rest, knowing that they sit in the post office a few more days, right? I can tell, like the lady looking at me is him again. I remember that guy with the hat. So yeah, let's tell everybody about the Wednesday event. Hopefully, more people will join on Wednesday events. We'll have a good smoke. I'll definitely get hopefully by then I'll have the Davidoff coffee. I'll try that on. I'll let everybody know how it is. It is instant, so we'll see how it goes. I can't wear like a full cowboy hat, man. If next time I'll wear my longest brim, you know what I mean? Like Asian wearing hat like that just looks weird. So yeah, Chris, let your chapter know about the chat for Wednesday, and then we'll chat. We'll chat some more offline, well, on Facebook, and then we'll go from there. Wednesday, let's have a nice chat for a few hours. We'll go from there. Flat caps, like baseball caps, or just like a front tip. Here, I will wear a different hat. Next life section, because I have like this kind of hat in different color, most of it. So have a good night, Raymond. Thanks for joining. Have a good Monday. We'll chat on Facebook. You'll see my posts, my spam all over the place, and we'll go from there. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Chris, next time you have to show me that hat you're talking about. We'll go from there. All right. Have a good night, everybody.